Welcome back, guys. In today's video, transitions. Right now I'm mounted on Lee. Anytime we gain a position, when do we switch to the next position? That's what we're going to talk about. So let's say I'm mounted on Lee and I want to either keep this front mount position as long as I can, or maybe I prefer the side mount. Doesn't matter. When should I switch from the front mount to the side mount? Do you know?
I believe there's something to do with the 60% rule.
Well, not everyone knows the 60%. My 60% rule.
Okay. Expound.
Expound. So, let's say I have this front mount position and I'm feeling really confident in it. I have full control over this guy. Maybe I have his arm out of position in his head. Would I move? No. This is a great position. But obviously, Lee knows enough to know that he's not going to just stay here. He's going to start to work his defense. Go ahead, start to defend. So now I'm starting to lose my position a little bit. Yeah, keep going. Now I'm starting to lose my position a little bit more. There's going to become a point in time where, yeah, keep going, where I'll lose this position altogether if I stay here too long. So I transition. And now guess what? Because this guy was focused on his front mount escape, look at how he's positioned.
Away from you.
Away from me. His back is exposed, and I have a better position. Now he has to start his side mount escape. Oh, he's starting to turn back into me. My side mount's still looking pretty good. Now, all of a sudden, oh, my side mount might be starting to fail. So let's go to the front mount. Oh, there. So now, yeah, keep going. I'm making him fight my legs. And just before I feel like he might win this battle, switch your position. Oh.
Okay, now I'm just getting sad.
What?
Well, that gets tiring.
So when you're having to defend not only one position, but two positions. I didn't even add the north and south or the knee on belly. Yeah. So transitions. When do we move? A lot of times, and I see this all the time with my students, they just move for the sake of moving. Oh, I'm in side mount and I feel like I need to get a better position. So I scramble to the knee on belly or I scramble to the front mount. Anytime you move on somebody, you always relieve some pressure to change your position. And that's a prime time for the person under you to escape. So when we transition, when we change our position,
Comes with a risk.
it comes with a risk.
Okay.
So I always want to make sure that that transition, the point in time when I take one position and change it to another position, I know I'm getting that second position.
You can tell I'm focused and struggling really hard on something.
I'm forcing you to fight position number one, front mount, we'll call it. And as I feel like, he's starting to win that battle,
Rather than clamping on harder.
rather than being stubborn and being like, I'm not losing my front mount, I'll step over your legs, go to the side mount or position number two, and I'll make you start all over again and fight that.
The transitions are where things are lost and won.
That's right. So when we move is important. How we move is important. Why we move is important.
So there's calculations you're always running. How good is my position right now? What do I have to do to improve it / maintain it?
Yep.
What's the next position I'm going to go to when this equation starts looking bad?
Correct.
And then knowing when to pull the trigger on that.
And all of that's happening in real time. And I don't know what kind of escape you're doing.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So everybody that's underneath you is going to try to escape a different way. Some people like hip escaping. Some people like rolling escapes or bridging escapes. Some people like going to their knees.
That said, though, there's only so many different ways to get out of certain positions, and you've done this long enough that you can tell very early on, oh, he's starting to do X.
X style of escape.
Right.
Yep.
So
Yep.
then you instantly shift, okay, now I'm going to do this to counter that, or here's what I'm going to flow into next.
That's right. That's right. And my 60% rule. Let's talk about that. If I have 100% control over you, is there any reason for me to move?
Absolutely none.
No. If I have 90% control over you, is there any reason for me to move?
Not practically.
Not really, right? Because at that 90% mark, I could go back to 100 and get better control, or it might slip down a little bit lower, but it's not detrimental to my position. So it might go down to 80%. So now at 80%, do I need to change my position?
Start thinking about it, but not necessarily doing it.
That's right. And honestly, that's the point in time when most people actually start to move. It's like, I'm not in 100% control. I'm kind of losing control, so I'm going to move.
And when they do that, there's almost a complete abandonment of the one position and a rush to the next one.
That's right.
What you're doing is you're still actively making me fight and struggle to slow me down while you're preparing for the next flow.
I'm making you think that there's still hope at escaping that one position or position number one.
That's what I've noticed when I'm grappling other lower belts. There'll be a release and a clamp, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm moving from one position to the next. Movement, then get tight. Whereas with you and other higher belts, that doesn't happen. There's struggle. Oh, I fell from one hole right into the next hole.
That's right.
You're stepping out of one pothole right into the next.
That's right.
And there's never an opportunity when you're just free to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now at 70% control. Now we're teetering where if the person under me makes an explosive movement and I only have 70% control over them, you might beat me.
20 or 30% change can happen in an instant.
That's right. That's right. So now when my control is getting to that 60, 70%, that's when I start thinking about changing my position. 80 to 100, I'm going to stay there.
Maintenance.
I'm going to stay there. I'm going to keep working that position. 60 to 70% control, it's not good enough for me because that can always go down to 50 or less really fast.
Really fast. It sounds like what you're working on doing is preventing any opportunity for a scramble to occur.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
Because when your control suddenly goes down to 50 or 40, that's scramble territory.
You start to scramble, I start to scramble to either try to counter what you're doing or try to stay on top and maintain that position that's already kind of lost.
Neither one of us has a tremendous amount of control, so that's when the scramble instinctively, naturally occurs.
That's right. So that's my 60 to 70% rule. 70% or more, maintain your position. 70% less, when you're starting to get 70% control or less, start to think about moving.
Of course, that also implies that you have a good ability to measure what is 70% control, because
Correct.
it all bakes down and boils down into how well do you have this underhook or that knee position and all of those things. It takes time to learn how to measure that, right?
Well, let's talk about that. Lay down on your back. Let's take the front mount position, for example. If this is 100% control, I have your head, your arm, your shoulders are on the mats, my knees are pinched into your hips, and my legs are underneath your hamstrings. 100% control. Start to escape. You get your first arm free. Now I'm down to 90. You start to get onto your side. Now I'm down to 80. You start to try to trap my foot. Now I'm down to 70. This is where I should be moving.
Okay. Oh, great. That makes sense.
There you go, guys. Transitions. When you're changing positions on top of somebody, make it intentful. Know when to move, why you're moving, and where you're going. Don't just move for the sake of moving. I hate seeing that in my students when they just move for the sake of moving and then all of a sudden they end up on their backs. Make the person underneath you struggle and then have a plan in your head. When they start to get this far into their escape, I'm gone. Watch your top game skyrocket when you start thinking about it like that. Don't just be stubborn on your position and don't just move to move. Transition for the sake of transitioning. Work on it, Lee.
I will.
Work on it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
We got to see Lee work a little bit today.
A little bit. You didn't even, your heart rate didn't go up 2 beats per minute.